Hi, this is a bit of a summary slide on how to go to profitable customers and find next level opportunities to take them, get bigger share and retune them so we can make them even more profitable. And they're more internally profitable because it's the law of reciprocal waste cost there. As we go out and audit an account and follow the physical product and the paperwork through their place of business and talking to everybody that sort of we bump into. Think of me talking to the nurses who feed off the closets in the hospital, or talking to the estimators at the printer, saying, "Well, when you finish this, what do you do to get the information to your buyer, who then calls us?" So by doing that, we're looking for extra services. We've talked about collapsing the total supply chain time of getting price and availability information back to the final customer. We've talked about with industrial MRO purchasing guys wanting to get their paper off the desk and information at their fingertips, they wanted a special order tracking report. I'll throw in an additional idea, which is that once you've got a special order from a customer, not all manufacturers or all kinds of whale customers and niches is this appropriate, but you'll if you think about it, there are some kinds of whale customers that and manufacturers where you've placed an order and the manufacturer doesn't actually ship exactly on time. Sometimes they ship a few days early or they ship a few days late. How big a deal is that in the context of the particular whale you're selling in a given target niche? If it can be a big deal, you'd say, look, if it gets shipped early, we'll take it at our place and receive it, store it, and then get it out to the site or the customer as needed for a third-party logistics fee. If it gets there late, how do we know that as early as possible? So you can say, nonsense, figure out how to get it here in time, or go to the customer and say, it looks like it's going to be 3 days late. So it's not our fault, the distributor, the manufacturer's screwed up. You want to go with these guys and that brand or whatever, but how do we solve the problem? And they reschedule their people, or we go find alternative product. We look for solutions. So that idea of proactive expediting on direct orders that don't actually get shipped on a timely basis might be an opportunity. Another opportunity is third-party logistics storage delivery of bulky direct stuff. We'll come up with case studies yet to be covered in this playlist, but think of going into a factory and you're selling this factory some sort of OEM ingredients or MRO stuff, and you're looking around and you're asking production guys, what you're paying. They're going, God, we're running out of space. We need to put in a second machine. We don't have space. Oh, what are all these skids of stuff sitting here? Oh, that's shipping material. We make instruments. We put instruments in styrofoam blocks that are cut to perfectly fit the instrument, and then the styrofoam block goes in a perfect box and out it goes. Well, what if you had your boxes and your styrofoam blocks shipped to our warehouse where we have lots of space? That's the kind of business we're in. We could charge you a third-party logistics fee to receive it, store it, pick it, and we could deliver it for free, frankly, on the same truck that delivers the stuff you're buying from us. So that might be a possibility. In addition, extra services with line item profit analytics, it's easy to find pockets of activity waste. Sometimes you have to go out and do the audit. In between the gaps of the silos is where we found a poor use of closet space and the wrong mix of items in those closets per who was using the closet in each area of the hospital. So that's an opportunity. If you sell equipment, and if the equipment goes down for some goofy little reason, what's the part that's needed? You can find these because you can go look at smallest special orders that are rushed. FedEx, I was talking to a dental supply distributor. I said, why are you FedEx rushing all these little light bulbs that cost, I don't know, $10 or something? And they said, well, we sell equipment, and after a while the bulb burns out. When the bulb burns out, they can't use the equipment, and so they have downtime. They need the bulb right away. I said, well, why don't you just give them, when you sell them equipment, say, we're going to give you an extra bulb, and here's where we're going to tape it on the back of the machine So when it goes down, you use this, then you can order another one, and we'll get it here on a slow boat basis as opposed to FedEx, Rush, and so forth. And to a certain degree, on a larger scale, that's what Lawson Products pioneered, where they would go out to a plant and say, think of all the times anything went down here. Why did it go down for lack of whatever? And where do we have that spare tire, that emergency part? And we'll create a custom rack for you to put all these miscellaneous little things that really kind of keep the plant running. I'll come back and talk about that company and their model from 1952 to 1970 later on, because lots of distributors have a sort of a mini Lawson carve out opportunity as far as precision supply chain solutions for their customers. We can do 4-view line item profit analysis and find goofy, inefficient stories that literally you can't make them up. We'll find that there may be one big contract and lots of people in the business are buying off the contract, and 4 out of 5 or 14 out of 15 or 39 out of 40 are buying just fine, and the last one is buying it every 2 seconds or something weird that's causing a lot of activity costs. What's going on and how do we solve the problem? So we'll be able to find these people and then figure out how to diplomatically, psychologically solve them. So that's a summary of general things. And now we're going to start to talk about those outlier buyers, and then we're going to start to move into big loser customers and why they are big losers, and case studies on how to solve them. Thank you.